It's the Guys At Brunch. Guys At Brunch. Guys. It's the Guys At Brunch.
Welcome to Guys At Brunch. I'm Sean Bradley.
And I'm Nicholas.
All right, okay, so we already know what's going on in New York and Ferguson, basically across the nation. You know, the black community is up in arms. We are protesting. Some of us are protesting violently. So if those of you that are doing that, please stop the ignorance, because that's what the white folks waiting on. They just waiting on y'all to be a nigga so they can put you on TV and label everybody as a nigga. Okay. Now, another way of calling us animals. Now, with the Eric Garner thing, I thought it was open and shut case, but apparently it wasn't, and this is like a clear signal that it is open season on black African American men. And I said this before with Trayvon Martin after that verdict came down, and basically it's open season because, you know, I mean, if Trayvon Martin was a white woman walking through a dark complex and some man followed that white woman and that white woman fought for her life, and if she happened to live through that, she would have been the hero. And if she would have died, she would have been martyred. Like, you know, why is a man following this woman at night? Blah, 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 blah. So why can't the same thing be said for a man that could have been a pedophile or anything following a young black man at night? You know what I'm saying? So it's catch-22.
I think it's a little different than the Eric Garner thing.
Because one is on camera. But I'm just saying.
He got into a physical fight.
I know what I'm saying is, but it had Trayvon Martin been a white woman walking through there and this man is following her, I mean, it would be a whole different story.
I'm just saying, like, I feel like the whole Trayvon Martin thing is different from all the things that's happening now, because, like, him and that guy got into a altercation and, like, they was, like, actually fighting. So I think to compare that, like, when someone say, oh, my life is in danger, I'm not saying that him following Trayvon was right, but I'm saying, like, I think that for me, the whole Trayvon Martin thing was about he did follow Trayvon, he profiled him, I'm sure, but when they got into a physical altercation, I think that's when that law, stand your ground, come in place, whereas though you can, like,
I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying switch out Trayvon Martin for a white woman. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything else. I'm just saying switch out Trayvon Martin.
Switch her out for a white woman that survived and
whether she survived or died. I just gave you two examples. If she had died, that man would be basically swinging from a tree the way they would try to have us doing. Or if she would have lived, she would have been. Oh, she had everybody to be in the neighborhood. She walking through and this man following her and stalking her. What's she supposed to? She's supposed to fight back. She's supposed to swing on him. She's supposed to, do whatever she got to do to defend herself to try to get away from somebody that's stalking her. But when it came to Trayvon Martin, oh, he's a thug. With this guy, with Eric Garner, oh, he's been arrested 30 times. He was actually out on bail. That man was standing there. I watched the video. The man was standing there not doing a damn thing.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, he got loud with the officers, but that ain't no reason to arrest somebody. Why am I resisting arrest? Why are you arresting me to begin with? I just basically just told you to leave me the hell alone.
Or put the chokehold on him that's supposed to be not even acceptable on the law anymore.
And it is sad. And I was watching one of my friends on YouTube. Her name's Forrest Rock. Check out if you get a chance. And she did a video about it today, and she was basically crying in her video, and she was just saying that it's sad that black people, especially black men, have to walk around and just consciously think when I get up in the morning, make sure that am I doing this right, or this person think I'm going to harm them just because we're dark men. That we have to think about those things. And it's true, because I was at Johns Hopkins the other week. And I was in the parking garage, and I'm walking to the elevator, and this white woman coming towards me, and I'm looking at, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, this bitch gonna think I'm trying to do something to her? I mean, just the way she was acting, and then just what crossed my mind, I was like, and it's weird that we were put in that situation just because we're black, and I'm like, girl, I ain't trying to rob you.
Right.
So I mean, it's sad that we as black men have to think about that, and white people don't understand that we actually think about that every day when we step out of our house. Is that, okay, make sure I'm doing this the right way? Why is it that we have to make sure that we talk to an officer a certain way so we can get away with our lives, so we can not be arrested and get false charges put against us? Why is it that we have to tell our black young men, hey, when you see an officer, do this, and make sure you respect them, blah, 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 blah.
Well, it's because we're black, so I mean, it's something that we need to teach our kids.
But it's sad.
We always had to go the extra mile.
But what I'm saying I think it is sad.
It is sad, but I'm just saying, like, when you're talking to an officer, there's something that we know now, like, try your best to maintain, keep your composure, and don't disrespect them.
But what's the disconnect is that the argument and disconnect is that the white people don't realize that we do that. They're not realizing that, it's not just the fact that these police officers are killing African American men, because, like I said, the statistics are last year they only killed 123 Cops only killed 123 black men. However, we are going to jail on false charges, trumped up charges. We get punished, get harsher punishments, and harsher sentences. We get all of that. So again, it's not just about the killing, it's just about the treatment in general, and they don't realize that we have to think about, okay, when I step out the house and I have a career, I don't have a job, I have a career, you know, and all this stuff. When I step out the house and I get pulled over, whatever, am I going to go to jail today? Are they going to try to lie and plant drugs in my car? Are they going to try to do all these things to me? There was this guy in, I want to say in Detroit or something, he had like a weave shop or something, and the caught on camera, a police officer planting cocaine in the man's store. Luckily, he had store cameras showing where the man planted not one time but twice, and then try to arrest him for it. And luckily, he had the cameras there, because if not, he would have been in jail on a chumped up drug charge and lost his business and everything. So that's what I'm saying, and that's what they don't realize.
I mean, I think they realize that the white people are aware just like the black people are aware, but they just do it. Like the cops know what they're doing. They know that they can get away with it, so they plant the drugs.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I'm saying that white America don't when we said that there's a distrust in the black neighborhood for the police department and the judicial system. We're not saying that all cops are bad, because there's some great cops out there, and I commend any cop that's out there putting their lives on the line every day. However, like I say, I'm gonna take one bad apple to spoil the bunch. What I'm saying is that they don't understand, why do the black people distrust the police department so much? Why are they not working with the police officers? Why don't they feel like they're part of their community? And I'm saying, with all those trumped up charges, you trying to take us down and all this other stuff, it is very. That is why they don't. I think
if anyone say that they don't understand why we don't trust the cops, they want to remain ignorant. I mean, it's clear as day why we don't trust the cops, why we have a distrust in the cops. It's video out there now. I mean, look at all these incidents. I think they are aware of it. They just don't want to admit it.
But it's very discouraging now, even with the video, that this man's still away. And then when you got Fox News like, why this man ain't charged? You know something wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Okay,
I agree.
But let us know how you guys feel about the situation with the Eric Garner, with Trayvon Martin, with Mike Brown. You know, is it open season on our African American men, or what? You know, what would you do? What do you think we should do as a community? So you know, let us know. And we'll be right back. Right.
Radio on Fire is a digital network covering breaking news, sports, and entertainment. Check out our daily programs, articles, and all types of exclusive urban content right now at radioonfire.com.
Welcome back to Guys At Brunch. Okay, so I just went through an issue with a friend of mine. So have you ever told a friend a secret and then you find out that they told someone else your secret? And how would you handle that situation?
I don't have that like that. No, I don't. I've never had that happen. No, because I'm very private. Like, I have like different friends for different things. So I have a friend that I can just, you know, be mild with and tell them certain things. And I have a friend that, like, you know what, such and such just did. I could, you know, I have different friends for.
But I think we all like to think that we all got, you know, have different relationship with our friends. But we like to think that if we tell one friend something, that they won't go back and tell someone else that if they know we telling it in secret.
Well, the way my friendships are structured, it's very different, because like my best friends are not friends with each other.
Right.
And like my best friends are not in the city, not in Baltimore either.
Oh, okay. Because the friend that I'm talking about is a friend of mine. He told someone something I told him, and I'm not really friends with the other person, but they came back and told me, like, oh, he told me this.
Well, what did you tell them?
I really can't even get into it.
Why can't you? I mean,
no, I can't get into it. But when he told me that, I was like, oh, okay, well, he told you that. But I just feel like, you know, like once you tell someone a secret, it's, you know, like you lose control over it. Like, I'm a private person also, and I'm love to be in control. But I mean, you know, you let your guard down with certain people, and then when they disappoint you, you know, you kind of like, oh, okay.
My whole thing is like when we do the show and everything like that, whatever, I'm very honest about when it comes to sex and different things like that or whatever. So my thing is, I'm not gonna tell any of my friends something that I'm embarrassed about. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I did do it. I am. You know, that's me.
I feel like it's something that you've been embarrassed about, but it's certain things that you don't want to share. Like you say, you have your different friends who you will be mild with and whatever else with, and you'll share different things with them. It's certain things that you just don't want to share with everyone. You know, so
yeah,
you know.
I agree. But like I said, the way my friends are is like, I don't know anybody that my friends and I, the group is not connected like this. To where if I told one of my good friends, I would tell everything to. I know he's not going to go back to these people and tell them something because they're not even friends. They don't even hang around each other. They don't see each other. You know what I'm saying? They may see each other passing in clubs when they're in Atlanta. But
I think that's a good way to do it, though.
Yeah.
Like if you know that they're not friends, like if you was to repeat something that someone told you in confidence, you would hope that it don't get back to you.
Yeah, because one of my best friends calls me all the time and say, "Bitch, you don't believe what such just told me." I mean, he does that all the time, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And so I know not to tell him a lot of stuff.
Like I'm someone who, if someone tell me a secret, I won't repeat it. But I feel like if you do repeat it to someone where you know it's not going to get back to the person who.
Yeah, because he tells me a lot of things about the friend. I'm friends with these other people too, but I don't talk to them like that. So, and I'm never gonna go back and tell them what he told me about them anyway. But they'll call and tell him, and 20 minutes later he'll call me. "You won't believe what such just told me." Blah, blah. I'm like, really? And I'm like, okay. So they just let me know that if I tell you something, you probably going back and telling them too. So that's why I keep you at a.
But how would you approach that friend? Like, what would you say? You think?
I wouldn't tell him anything.
No, I'm saying like not that friend, but I'm saying like if you was to tell a friend something and you found out that they shared your information.
I would say, I would say, "Bitch, I told you something. Why you go back and tell you? And I told you not to tell nobody." I mean, I would just be straight up like that. I mean, I told you not to say nothing, and you go back and tell the child. Then the child gonna have the nerve to come back and tell me. So apparently, they not listening to you.
That was the messy part, right?
Right, that's
like,
very messy.
Yeah.
Because if I'm gonna tell you something, and you tell the other person should be smart enough not to come back to me with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, I think the thing, like you said earlier, though, like once you tell someone something, you know, like, well, you lose control over it. So I say edit what you share with certain friends, and maybe your expectation should change of that friend, you know, what you share with that friend.
I think you should, whatever you're going to share, be willing to, if it's going to come to the light, be willing to face it. I mean,
it's not something that I can't face, but I'm just saying, like, it's not even about something that I'm ashamed of. It's about friendship for me. It's about
I got you.
Us, you know, like I say, I'm a private person, but it's about if I tell you something, I expect you to keep it between you and I.
But I'm just curious what was said.
I mean, it's not really nothing like that deep. It's deep for me because I told a friend and I expected.
But I mean, like, is it like you got to do with sex? Got to do with how somebody body old? Got to do it. What it got to do with?
It got to do with just a personal issue, you know. Like,
I mean, what's personal though? I mean, personal could be anything. Like, can you be specific? Be specific.
I'm not. I don't want to be. That's what the secret is, you know. Like
you
I told him.
These subjects on the show and then not want to talk about them now. But okay,
I mean, everyone share what they choose to share, you know. So yeah. But moving on, you know the holidays is coming up, right?
Right. We already in the holidays, basically.
Yeah. Well, Christmas is coming up. We had Thanksgiving, but I'm saying like the giving season. So like around Christmas time, like if you're just getting in a relationship with someone, what do you think is like the appropriate gifts for like your new boo?
It just depends because our first year together, I bought my partner a iMac computer. So I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that was like a lot of money. Yeah.
Right. So that was your first year gift?
Yeah, that was first
what was second year?
That was our first year gift. And second year, it was mild. Second year was mild. I mean, that's like the biggest. But that was like the biggest gift I've given him since we've been together. And it's almost been like 6 years. So that's been the biggest gift there. So I mean, but other than that,
right.
I mean, so I don't really. I'm a very generous person though. That's just how I am. Right. So, you know, if I'm dating you and I feel like I want you to have something, I want you to have it. So it don't matter. I feel that way too.
I'm a generous person throughout the year. So for me, I don't do Christmas or birthdays. And I let people know this early on, like when we first start dating. So for me, I always say like I give you gifts when I want to give you gifts because I feel like if I'm giving you a gift because it's your birthday or Christmas, it's inauthentic. So
wait a minute.
Yeah, I don't give gifts like during like birthdays or Christmas and
so you ain't gonna give your man nothing for Christmas.
No, I'm giving love throughout the year, and that's my gift that I give for birthdays, Christmas, love.
So, but
if
what
I
if
see something if it's March, then I'll get it.
So what if he give you something for Christmas and
that's
you
fine.
ain't gonna get him now? No, I
always say if that's how you operate, then you still can give me gifts. If that's how you show your love and affection, you know, give me gifts. But for me, I show mine a different way.
So for I do birthdays, I do Christmas, and I do throughout the year. If I'm in the store, if I'm in Marshalls or whoever else, and I see something, let me get this. My partner might like this or whatever. Or I mean, there's been plenty of times where like I've purchased some stuff for myself and whatever, and if something was on sale too, I'm like, okay, let me grab another one and give it to him or something like that. I always do stuff like that, whatever. Like I know like his favorite porn star is Francois Sagat. Mm-hmm. So I knew that. So during our first year together, whatever, like I bought him like the best of Francois Scott. So I gave him the.
See, that's stuff that I would do, but throughout the year. Like if I came across that, I would probably just get it. Just
that's
because.
what I'm saying. It wasn't. It was just because it's like, I see it, and
that's why I say I'm generous, but
Right.
I'm saying like when it comes to Christmas and those things, like I don't give you gifts because it's Christmas. I give you gifts when I feel the need to, or if I come across something, I'll be like, oh, okay, this would be nice for you.
Dang,
so I'll get
no Christmas, no birthday. I mean,
no.
At least do you have sex?
What on the holidays?
The
Oh,
Christmas
yeah,
or the
sex
birthday?
whenever you want. So yeah, I mean,
man
I'm not gonna
is
say
unhappy.
I'm not gonna say it's Christmas, so we're gonna have sex. I mean, if we have sex and it's Christmas, then we have sex.
But you're not giving him a. I mean, just never mind.
I'm generous throughout the year.
Child,
But speaking of sex, do you think
danger.
in a gay relationship is penetration important?
You asking me?
Yeah,
You
I mean,
asking
because
me.
you've been with your partner for 5 years,
Okay. Hell yes, penetration is important.
right?
Then
But I'm
you
saying
asking
like
me
I'm
of all
saying
people.
no, I'm saying like constantly, like every time, like like when you get intimate, do it have to be
Every
penetration?
time? Oh no, every time. No, not every time. But about at least 75% of the time, yes. But not every time.
Right. So like usually making out lead dependent like penetration. Like when you alone.
Making out, no.
Like making out, like, getting in the mood, like whatever.
Normally, I mean, we don't really like make out, like sit around the house and kiss like teenagers. We don't do a lot of that sitting around. I mean, we kiss when we see each other, and we kiss in the morning, kiss it when we roll over to go to bed. But we don't just be in
Did
the
y'all
house
start out kissing
making
a
out.
lot?
No,
Like when you first got together?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I remember our first kiss and everything, but we don't just be like just on the couch smooching and making out. I mean, honestly, if we gonna have some sex, it's gonna start off with some damn head. So I mean,
Okay. All right.
and then you just go from there. I mean, you don't just. I mean, the whole kissing stuff is like, oh, okay, whatever.
Okay. Some people like kissing. I'm into kissing. So
I mean, like I said, I like kissing too, but I'm not. It's not gonna be a marathon session of just kissing and kissing and kissing and kissing. No.
no, I was just saying like when you getting in, like if you land down, like do usually it always lead to penetration, or is sometimes it's just left at fellatio?
For us, it's I would say 95% of the time is penetration.
Okay.
And I would say like 98% of the time probably. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know.
Cool.
I mean, that's just, but that's me though. I mean, I don't know.
All right.
Like I can see if two tops get together, which is weird to me. Of course they not really penetrating each other. They just, using their hands and their mouths and just, I don't know what y'all do, but okay, but it's beyond me.
Because I mean, I guess it's sometimes it just boils down like the connection that you have with someone. It's not always about.
I mean, because I see like but I mean, but trust me, when two tops get together, I'm sure they're gonna be calling over some type of bottom.
You think so?
Of course.
I'm asking.
Yeah, of course they are. I mean, come on. If you a top and he a top, and y'all like each other and y'all feel a connection and y'all want to be together, and you not bending, he not bending, but you are top, you gonna have to do somebody gonna have to do something sticking somewhere, and then because you ain't sticking him and he ain't sticking you, so who y'all gonna stick? I mean, y'all ain't got to be sticking them every damn day, but I mean, once a month, something come on.
Have a piece like on the side. Okay.
Is it really even on the side? I mean, if both y'all in agreement and y'all bringing them on in, I mean, is it really on the side?
That's true. Well, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Guys at Brunch. Okay, so I came across some news and like the headlines, right? Okay, so this transgender student was suing her high school because they wouldn't allow her to use the restroom that with the sex that she identified with.
So when you're saying her, she was born a man that's now decided to be a woman, right?
It's a transgender woman.
Right. So let's just put it out and make okay. All right.
So my question to you is: do you think transgender should be able to use the bathroom with the sex they identify with?
I'm gonna say it like this: if you got a ding-a-ling, you need to be in the boys' bathroom. If you have a cat, you need to be in the woman's bathroom.
Well, do you believe that transgender are like born that way? We had transgenders on the show, and they expressed to you like how they always felt, like even being like a little child. Okay. So if a child is going to school every day and if a child is going to school every day and they live in their life as the sex that they identify themselves as, do you think it's appropriate for them to be able to use that restroom?
Okay, I'm looking like if I were a parent and what I would do. I'm not gonna make a blanket statement. I'm just gonna say what I would do. Okay, if I was a parent and my child was gay, and they wanted to
transgender,
gay, transgender, and they was having an identity crisis or whatever it may be, and they're going to school, they're dressing as the opposite sex. For one, my child would not leave my house dressing as the opposite sex. 2, my child would not have clothing for the opposite sex. Not distinct clothing, because the girls is kind of murky. You know, the girls can do some. I mean, it's weird.
But why do you feel like that?
But because what I'm saying is, I'm not gonna say, oh, you're a boy, so be a boy and play football. I'm not dumb. I'm gay my damn self, so I'm not dumb. But you're not. But if you wanted to be a woman or you want to be a man, when you leave my house, that's when you can go to those. That's when you make. I ain't gonna say they scream because that's wrong. That's when you can make that choice. That's when you can make that particular choice. Mm-hmm. But while you're under my roof and I'm paying these bills and taking care of you, I am not going into bases into the woman's store and buying you these skirts and these pumps and any of this stuff, or taking you to the boys' clothing store and buying you these Timberland boots and these.
Do you believe that transgenders are
that.
born like in the wrong body?
I don't know. I'm not gonna
but
say
being
yes or no,
gay,
I don't.
Being a gay man, and you knew that when you were younger, you tried to pray the gay away. Mm-hmm. And if your mama found out that you were gay, you know how you would feel if she said, you know, if they like disowned you or said you gonna date only females living under my roof. Like, do you think that's fair?
I wouldn't tell you who to date. I would not. I ain't saying anything about who to date.
But I mean,
saying about your appearance.
But when it comes to dating for gays, that's for us dating. Okay, that's different. But I'm saying for transgender, it's not about who they date. It's more so about how they express themselves. So if they identify as the opposite sex, then
okay,
we should. I always feel like we should respect that. And
I would put it like this. If my child really felt the need to do that, if they felt like, Dad, you know, I'm down inside, this is who I really am, this is who I really want to be. Okay, that's who you really are, that's who you really want to be. You know, and you really want to go to school. You really want to go to school dressed like this. You really do want to go to school, and you want to deal with what you got to deal with at school dressed like that. Then, when you think that, at this point in time, because I'm just going by the general consensus, and that's going to sound cold, but at this point in time, the people at school are so, just because you dress like a woman, you think you're a woman, so you think you can go into this female bathroom and use it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of, that's like hard. And then it's gonna cause problems at school, because then we got to get the principal involved. I got to come up to the school.
I feel like okay.
What would you do?
I feel like if that's something that's going to come along with my child being comfortable in their own skin, then so be it. I'm going to support my child 100%. If you feel like you want to wear a dress, or if you're a female and you feel like you want to, you know, present yourself as a male, however you feel, I will respect that and support you.
Okay, but that ain't got nothing to do with that. That ain't got nothing to do with that. That ain't nothing what you doing. You talking about, no matter about you, okay, you support and respect all that, fine. Right. But we talking about going into that damn bathroom. So what bathroom are you gonna want your child to go to in a public place
whatever
when they born with a ding-a-ling and they dress with got a skirt on?
Whatever bathroom my child whatever sex my child identify with and feel like that they are, I want them to use that bathroom. And in Maine, the courts felt the same way. A transgender woman just won $75,000.
As an adult, I'm fine. As an adult.
Because her school would not let her use.
But that's school.
At first they gave her permission to use the female's restroom, and then a young boy followed her in the ladies' restroom and said, "Okay, if you can use this restroom, I can use this restroom." And
that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but that's him being ignorant.
But that's what's gonna happen, though.
He lived his life as a young man every day.
You can't have it both. You can't have it that way.
But you're gonna have ignorance always.
You can't have both ways.
Like we talked about in our first segment. You're gonna have ignorance. White people not gonna understand where we come from, and some people don't understand where transgender come from. But what we all should do is respect it.
Hell no. This is what pisses me off about our community. We preach tolerance, but yet we are intolerant. Most of the times we preach tolerance, but we are so intolerant of other people's opinions, other people's views. I'm not saying that everybody has to accept who I am. You don't got to accept who I am at all. I know who I am. I don't need your approval, any damn thing like that. What I'm saying is, but we get so intolerant of other people's opinions and what they believe. Like, let
When
me
it
live,
affect
let me
us.
get by, let me live and let me get by. I'm gonna let you live and let you get by. However, at the same time, just like you said, how that boy walked in the bathroom and said, okay, well, she can come in here. I'm gonna come in here too because he got a dingling, I got a dingling. Only difference is I ain't got on the skirt, so I'm coming up
No,
here.
it's
hold
a
on,
big difference.
hold on,
That's
hold on.
not the only
No,
difference.
no.
The difference is she
I'm in that
feel like
mind
she
frame.
was born in the wrong body.
I'm in that mind frame.
But that's just ignorance.
No, I'm
You
giving
know
you.
that.
But hold on. We go. So this is like with Hooters. Hooters open up the store. Hooters only hire women. A punk come up in Hooters. A gay man come up on Hooters. I want to work for Hooters. I want to be a waitress. No, you can't work here. Why can't I? Then he goes and sues Hooters
And won.
And won. So why do again? You
Because it's discrimination.
no,
It's discrimination.
You
You should be able to go to school. You should be able to go to work and be comfortable.
Just like you call that boy, that heterosexual boy that walks in the bathroom and says, since he got a dingling, I won't be here to call him ignorant. That punk that walks in the Hooters and try to sue Hooters because of it is ignorant too. Because it has to stop somewhere. I mean,
it has to start somewhere.
It has to stop somewhere.
It has to start somewhere. I mean, it's only like a handful of places that will allow transgender to use the bathroom the sex they identify with.
I'm giving you an example.
But I'm saying, like, you're always going to have ignorance.
Sides.
It's always going to be ignorance.
But
though.
I'm saying,
but I think everyone should be able to feel comfortable when they're going to school and work. And if I feel like I'm a female and
so did the girls have a problem? Did all the girls have a problem with it? Was there some girls like, wait a minute? Hell no. I mean, what about the parents? What about the parents?
Well, they passed the law there, so I mean, the majority voted for it to pass.
Right?
Yeah,
okay,
I mean,
never mind. They liberals, child over there.
They working on it here in Baltimore if they haven't already passed
Baltimore
it.
is a liberal city. It's a liberal state, basically.
Well, we got a Republican as a governor now.
Because the damn Democratic governor raised your taxes 54 times in the last 8 years, so they got tired of his ass. So, I mean, come on now. I mean...
Right, but I still feel like everyone should be able to express themselves freely and be respected and go to school and have a peace of mind.
Okay, I'll give you this. If my child felt that way and was like that on the inside, I say, well, okay, baby, I don't want you to go to school like this because I don't want you to have a harder time than you already gonna have.
And that's the problem. But the problem starts with the I statement. It's not about what you want. It's about what she or he wants.
Let me finish the conversation. And I was talking to my child about like, now, if you feel like you can handle this and all that's coming upon you, that's gonna come your way, go out there and meet them. Do what you got to do, because just me being a gay man growing up, I knew how hard it was for me growing up as just a gay man.
And it made you a stronger person. Look at you now.
Yeah, but some of these kids don't make it to be a strong person. Some of these kids make it 6 feet
Hopefully
under.
you raise your child to be a strong person like you.
Come on now. Some of these kids that committed suicide, I'm sure their parents raised them the right way, but these kids...
A lot of kids that committed suicide was rejected from their parents.
And some of them weren't.
Do we know that?
And some of them weren't.
Oh, I remember one of the guys who committed suicide that we talked about.
You said one of them, but not all
of them.
No,
I said some of them.
Well, and I said some of them weren't.
I'm saying one that stands out in my head. Can you name the names?
I don't go into their history like that, but I'm sure their parents did not raise them to like, you know what? I want you to go to school, be tormented, and then commit suicide.
A lot of them wasn't even out to their parents, though. That's the thing.
So
a lot of them wasn't out to their parents. So when your child have enough courage to come to you and say, I want to live my life as this, I would support my child in any way possible.
This is 2014. If you think your parent don't know you gay by now, you got problems. Your parents know. They see you. They done wiped your ass, changed your diapers. They know.
I will say that was a very ignorant statement because everyone don't present themselves as
they know.
But you guys, leave your comments. Let us know what you think.
Know.
And that's all we have for this show. We will see you next week.
I'm Sean Bradley.
I'm Nicholas.